Shri Ganeshamba Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaskar. Today we are here to discuss the process that we will practice based on 28th shlok of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, which is considered, according to some traditions, originally a text, a part of the Rudra Yamal Tantra. And Rudra Yamal, that means the mix of two, that is Shiva and Shakti. Here in this process, we will discuss that. Let's go through the shloka. Amulat kiranabhasam सूक्ष्मात् सूक्ष्मतरात्मिकां चिन्तयेत्तां द्विषट्कान्ते शाम्यन्तीं भैरवोदयः. Let's practice according to the slope, sitting in any comfortable posture, preferably Padmasana. If you can't make it, then Siddhasana and the other any posture of your choice. Now, few basic things that we need to have in our mind while going to practice on this slope of Vigyan Bhairav is it talks about, in a very simplified way, if we understand the shlok, it talks about Kirana Bhasam. That means from our root of the spine, that is Mooladhar se, we have to imagine a ray of light, very strong light, that is raising in the spinal channel, and it is piercing all the 6 chakras, and it is finally going to mix in the Sahasrara. In many schools, yoga schools, and which is actually, this is the concept of Tantra, of the concept of Kundalini and the concept of chakras. So in many schools there are different versions of chakras. Chakras are the special areas in the body, in the subtle body, without which the gross body is useless, as in the yoga philosophy, in Tantra philosophy. So these are the very special portions of where the special nerves are, in bunch of nerves are there, and concentrating on those chakras gives special powers and some kind of siddhis. So in this process, we have to understand the concept of Kundalini and chakras. The basic concept we all know, that Mooladhar, Mool is the base. So where is the base? It is between the genital and the anus. This is called perineum. It's called Mooladhar, number 1. Number 2 is the base of the spine, which is Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana is the base of the spine, where the spine starts. And then whereas the third is directly behind the navel, which is Manipura chakra. Then fourth is directly behind the heart center, Anahat chakra. Then fifth, directly behind the Kanthakub, this is Vishuddhi chakra. Then sixth, directly behind the Agya chakra in the spinal cord. And then seventh is Sahasrara, is the which is not in the spinal cord, it is beyond, considered beyond. So we are going to practice based on the sloka and keeping all these portions in the mind. Another important thing is to imagine a tube, a way, a tube in the spinal cord. There are several nerves. In all of them, 3 is important: Ida, Pingala, Ida. Okay, and Sushumna is in the center. We will discuss about that later on, but the important thing is we are just going to think about the central nerve, this is Sushumna. So the light, we will imagine the light from number 1, as it goes to number 2, it will be little subtler. Number 3, little more subtler, number 4, little more, and then 5th, little more, and 6th, and finally it merges in the crown center. In many traditions, they take the name of the chakras. In some traditions, they do Bija Mantra Jap. And in some traditions, they imagine the chakras. There are different traditions and different forms of chakras. Sometimes, in Kashmir tradition, they have the chakra, the picture of, they imagine the picture of chakras. In some traditions, they imagine the petals. In some traditions, they imagine the concerned gods and goddesses and the Shaktis. So let's begin the practice. We are in any comfortable posture. And we are thinking about a very special light, strong light starting from our Mooladhara Chakra, number 1. You may just think about number 1. Number 2, Swadhisthana. Number 3, Manipur Chakra. Imagine in the spinal cord, it is flowing, the light is flowing in the tube, a vacant tube. Number 4, Anahat. Number 5, Vishuddhi. Number 6, Agya Chakra. And it merges. Finally, it is becoming very subtler and it is finally merging in the Sahasrara. And again, a light starts from number 1. And the process is continued, maybe for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, or 30 minutes. So finally, we realize Bhairava Avastha. Bhairava Avastha is actually, we want to mix ourselves. We are not sufficient. We don't feel sufficient in ourselves. Why? Because we are unlimited, and this unlimitedness will be felt only when the inside and outside is together.